Today, Today, the relationship between Iran and Israel is often described as one of the most dangerous rivalries in the Middle East. News headlines frequently talked about threat, military tensions, and political hostility between the two countries. Many people assume that this conflict is simply a religious fight between Muslims and Jews, but history tells a very different story. In fact, there was a time when Iran and Israel were not enemies at all. They had diplomatic relations, economic cooperation, and even shared strategic interests. So, how did the two countries that once worked together become fierce rivals? To understand the answer, we need to go back more than 50 years and explore the political changes that transformed the Middle East. The Middle East has always been one of the most politically sensitive regions in the world. Countries in this region are connected through history, religion, trade routes, and natural resources like oil and gas. Iran is one of the largest and most influential countries in the region. It has a large population, significant military capabilities, and a long history as a regional power. Israel, on the other hand, is a smaller country geographically, but it has a very advanced military, strong alliances with Western countries, and a major role in the regional politics. Because both countries are influential, their relationship has a strong impact on the security and stability of the entire Middle East. Before 1979, Iran was ruled by a king known as Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. The Shah had a close relationship with Western countries, especially the United States. His government focused on modernization, economic development, and stronger international partnership. During this period, Iran was seen as one of the most stable and Western-friendly countries in the Middle East. Because of this politics, Iran developed relationships between several countries than other Middle Eastern states were cautious about, including Israel. This partnership was mostly strategic and political rather than cultural or religious. At the time, Iran and Israel shared some common political concerns. Both countries were worried about the rise of the Arab nationalism and regional instability. Because of this, they quietly cooperated in areas such as intelligence sharing, trade, and security. Iran even supplied oil to the Israel, which was extremely important for Israel's energy needs. Israeli experts also shared Iran with agricultural projects, technology development, and infrastructure. Although their relationship was not always public, there was clear cooperation between the two governments. In 1979, everything changed. Large protests and political unrest spread across Iran. Many people were unhappy with the Shah's government, accusing it of corruption, inequality, and being too close to Western powers. These protests eventually led to the Iranian Revolution. The Shah left the country and the monarchy was replaced with a new political system known as an Islamic Republic. This was one of the most important turning points in the modern Middle Eastern history. The revolution brought a new leader to power, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Under the new government, Iran's foreign policy changed dramatically. The leadership believed that Israel represented Western influence and oppression in the region. Because of this belief, the new government stopped recognizing Israel as a legitimate state and began strongly opposing its policies. One of the major issues that increased tensions between Iran and Israel was the Palestinian question. Iran positioned itself as a supporter of Palestinian group and movement. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict had already been ongoing for decades, and Iran's new leadership made it a central part of its foreign policies. From Israel's perspective, this support for Palestinian resistance group was seen as a direct security threat. Iran also built alliances with groups and governments that opposed Israel. One of the most well-known examples is Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hezbollah emerged in the 1980s and developed strong ties with Iran. Israel views Hezbollah as one of its most serious regional threats because of this. Tensions between Iran and Israel often play out through indirect conflict involving other groups and countries. Interestingly, Iran and Israel have rarely fought each other in a direct war. Instead, their rivalry is often described as a shadow war. This includes cyber attacks, intelligence operations, targeted strikes, and conflict through allied groups. These actions happen quietly but have significant impact on regional security. One of the biggest tensions today is Iran's nuclear program. Iran says its nuclear activities are for peaceful energy purposes. However, Israel fears that Iran could eventually develop nuclear weapons. Because of this concern, Israel has strongly opposed international agreements such as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. The conflict between Israel and Iran shows how political changes can reshape international relationships. Two countries that once cooperated become rival due to revolution, regional politics, and security concern. Although religion is often mentioned in discussion about this conflict, most experts believe that politics, strategy, and regional influence are the main reason behind the rivalry. Understanding the history helps us to see the conflict more clearly and remind us how complex global politics can be. So, the fight between this Western region is not about religion, it's about politics,